Welcome to Savage Butterflies Metamorphosis Tour Itinerary. Okay, so to begin the tour, we're going to start in Boston by performing at the Blue Hill Bank Pavilion. From there, we will be going to the Capitol Center for the Arts in Concord, New Hampshire. Then it will be on to Panucci's Music Hall in Manchester, New Hampshire. Then Toad's Place in New Haven, Connecticut, followed by the Spot Underground at the Coliseum in Providence, Rhode Island, and then we'll be finishing back up in Boston at the House of Blues. And here's a look at the tour route. You see from Boston to Concord, then from Concord to Manchester, which isn't too far of a drive. I believe it's around 20 to 30 minutes or so, maybe. Then you can see the longest stretch of traveling will be from Manchester to New Haven. That is about 2 hours, and I believe maybe about 20 to 30 minutes for that commute. The total drive time is estimated at 7 hours and 23 minutes. You could probably add a little bit onto that because of the trailer we'll be pulling along, so the speed wouldn't be as fast as you normally would go. The estimated mileage for the trip is 411 miles, and that's give or take, just depending, how much if we had to maybe take a detour or something because of an accident or whatnot. And the show, it would be 6 shows in 5 cities. Okay, here's a look at the lodging that the artists will be staying at for their tour. And the budget for the tour for all these rooms was pretty much $100 or less. So they all ended up being between $80 and $100. They be staying at the Hyatt Regency Boston Harbor, the Best Western Concord Inn and Suites, Comfort Inn Airport, La Quinta Inn and Suites New Haven, and Wood Springs Suites Providence. And all of these hotels are considered to be 3-star or better. Pretty much they always at the range of 3-star though. And this is a look at the competition that we will see that'll be in the area along the tours, and they are considered competition because they was actually considered as stops for the tour. So they have a good setup. They're known for having concerts, Jules Music Venue, Concord City Auditorium, Great Scott. That's actually in the Boston area. That's on the outskirts of Boston. Arius Lounge and Cafe 9. And those will be some of the places that we will have to be going up against. Now here is some of the important things that we want to focus on for the rider. These are the sound requirements, and it is pretty much, the first one pretty much states that the sound system must be in full working order and produce high quality sound without any distortion, such as buzzes, hums, radio interference, or static or whatnot. So, and that's pretty much that. It should be clear sound coming through the PA system. Shouldn't be any kind of noises, extra noises, or unintentional noises. And that's because the artists actually sing in such a harmonic melody that it has to be clear. That's what they're known for. That's what their sound is. So people are expecting to be able to hear that. The second one is prior to the performance. We need the sound system to be running with the mics, the monitors, and the microphone stands, and everything else. It's already in place, and we need to make sure that it's operating, that is ready to go. All the sound levels and everything are good. And then that is like, that's just because we want to make sure that when we get up here to perform, that there's nothing out of place and everything is ready to go. The third one is that the front of house engineer needs to have access to all parts of the sound system. And by that we don't want to go in and he's only able to use this much of the mixer or use this much of that or anything. We want him to have full access to the sound system, so that way we can't say, oh, this went wrong, but we couldn't fix it because we didn't have access to this. You know, we don't want that to happen. So we want him to be able to be able to take care of any problems at that moment without any kind of issues. The fourth one is that the microphone should be at least 4 feet, should have at least 4 feet of space in between them. And that is so that the artists would have enough room to perform their dance routines, and I guess their signature moves, you would say, that everybody is expected to see, everybody's looking forward to seeing. And then the fifth one is that a 24 channel mixing board is required so that our front of house engineer can adjust the frequencies to improve sound quality without any flaw or anything whenever he's using sound effects or there's voiceovers or anything like that. So we just want to make sure that everything is top notch and of quality at least, or is at least capable of performing at a high quality. So some other parts of the rider include accommodations, and that just pretty much talks about having a secure parking place for the van and trailer, and then also making sure that the loading dock is easily accessible. And then it also mentions the dressing rooms, and just, you know, we want to make sure that it can fit at least 4 people into each dressing room, and 2 dressing rooms at a minimum. And then the artist needs, which is in the main dressing room, this includes some things like 6 clean hand towels, makeup lighting, 2 bar stools, just some of the things that would be included in that. The security portion of it is just basically covering that the venue shall provide the security for the concert, and then ensure that the dressing rooms and the stage area remains off limits to the public. So, you know, we don't just want people running up on the stage, none of that. So, you know, and the venue needs to provide that. Then they would also, like mentioned earlier, that they have security, have a secure parking, either have the van and trailer in a secure garage parked, or either under surveillance or guarded by a guard, a security guard, or something like that. And then another part would be catering. And then it's nothing real extravagant or anything. You know, these artists are simple. They just, you know, want to be able to have a bite to eat afterwards or something like that, and something a little bit beforehand. They prior to going on stage, they would like vegetable and fruit trays in the room. And then one of the dressing rooms needs to contain at least a blender, some almond milk, granola, and chocolate syrup. And that's just some things for smoothies before a show, just, you know, so they can get their energy up. The other thing is for after performance, you know, just some little snack things to have catered, like some vegetable wraps, some clam chowder, and, you know, turkey sandwiches, just some things that be able to grab and go and, you know, eat on the run and head to the next city. Okay, so for our budget, we for the expenses, we have the cost for the crew is all on there. For food, we estimated that to be about $1,000, and that's just because, you know, not gonna be eating 5-star dining the whole time. Then the lodging cost came out to be about $1,600, and that was for including for the staff as well, not just the artists. So for the 5 crew people as well. Gas costs would be $100. The disaster costs are estimating to be $5,000. Um, the the van that they're using is a 2014 GMC Savannah, so we don't plan on much going wrong with that. If anything, $5,000 would help pretty much cover costs for a rental or for airfare if needed. Just in case maybe a snowstorm or some, just if we needed airfare or something like that, then that would help cover that. And then the support that we're asking for the tour would be $10,000, and that would help cover costs for advertisements, any additional crew that we need to hire within the city or anything like that, or maybe any fees, performance fees or anything also that we need covered. The revenue that we came up with for the budget, the venues are paying $500 a night, 6 shows, so that comes out to $3,000. We're estimating our shirts to sell $7,500 in revenues. That's selling all the shirts at $25 each. Then the CDs will bring in $1,200, and then that's selling these CDs at $12 each. The vinyl will bring in $1,700, selling for $17 each, and the rubber bracelets will bring in $2,100, selling for $7 each. And that brings in a total of $15,500 in revenue, for a total profit of $2,125. And thank you for your time. Have a great day.